What's up, Leafs Nation? Welcome back to another game preview. I'm Zack Phillips, and today we're going to be taking a look at game number 42 of the Toronto Maple Leafs regular season as they play the Philadelphia Flyers. And what feels like a weird little scheduling quirk here, as we're not usually getting these home and homes of teams. Last week we get the Islanders on the Tuesday and the Thursday, and now we get the Flyers Sunday, Tuesday. Kind of nice. Play the same team, build up a little bit of a rivalry here, potentially solve some unfinished business perhaps in some of these games. So we'll dig into that. We'll dig into the lines, give out our best bets here for tonight's game. And as we do, tonight's game preview is a presentation of Bet365, proud partner of the Leafs Nation pregame and the Leafs Nation After Dark. Open an account Bet365 today and bet on a huge range of markets. Use code NATION, NATION, all caps. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Okay, lines for tonight. I'll get right into it here. I don't expect that we're going to see too much of a difference from what we saw the other day. Obviously, the biggest thing is going to be replacement for Jake McCabe ahead of this one. We saw him leave the last game on Sunday night, likely with a concussion there. I can't imagine that this Leafs team would want to rush him back and throw him right back into a game here tonight against the same team for no reason. You know, these defense are so important. Their health is so important. We need these guys around. This is, again, Jake McCabe and Chris Tanev have been one of the best defensive pairings, not just for this Leafs team, but in hockey over the last little while. And, I mean, at this point, the Leafs are rolling as well. So even on top of that, if there's any kind of thing that you're going to look at and say, oh, well, we don't need to risk this, we don't need to risk that guy, his health in this situation, then that's fine. You can pull somebody out. But here's what we're going to be looking at for tonight's lineup. It's a bit of a change. I look over at the line rushes that took place this morning at morning skate. It's a little bit different than what we're seeing on Daily Faceoff yet, so it's not quite being updated. So I will read them out to you guys and let you know what we're seeing as per David Alter. First line stays intact. Nyes, Matthews, Marner, as it should. I can't see any reason for that one to be changing, so those guys will stick together there. Second line, McMahon, Tavares, Nylander. There is the change on that one. Obviously here trying to reward Bobby McMahon for some exceptional play over the last little while and get a little bit of a shakeup because the second line has not been very good. The combination of Pacioretty, Tavares, and Nylander has not been that great over the last little while. I personally think that they would be fine in the long term, but I know that they're going to be looking at this and saying, hey, we need to get something going. We need to get a spark. Okay, that's the guy you're swapping. I think that's a fair swap. Bobby McMahon has been unbelievable. He really injected some life into that third line when he joined back after his injury and gave them something that sparked them and put them on a run of like being able to produce insane amounts of goals and points in a short period of time there. Put him up on the second line, maybe get something going out of JT and Nylander. Then that means Pacioretty goes down to the third line. It's going to be him, Domi, and here's where the change comes. Him, Domi, and Lorentz. So you're going to get Pacioretty, Domi, and Steven Lorentz as your third line here tonight. This one is interesting to look at because it feels like you're going to get like a real crash and bang third line. You're going to get a heavy, hard line that's going to finish every check and run guys through the glass and be hard on the forecheck. As long as they're defensively responsible, I'm okay with this third line. And you get some scoring touch out of Max Pacioretty. You get a guy who's an unbelievable playmaker in Max Domi. You could even get here some scoring out of Steven Lorentz, who did show signs of it early on in the season that, hey, you know what? I am kind of capable of it. So maybe, just maybe, this third line could be like a forward-checking identity line. That means your fourth line is going to be Connor Dewar, David Kampf, and Ryan Reeves. So Ryan Reeves is a guy we've been looking at and circling here over the last couple of games because there's been opportunities to fight. He hasn't. We looked at him early in the season and kept saying, why hasn't he fought? Why hasn't he fought? Well, tonight may be that chance. Tonight may be that night. Garnet Hathaway obviously injuring Jake McCabe in the last game. Don't think it was intentional, but it doesn't mean that the Leafs won't try to respond and Ryan Reeves won't go out there and try to get some retribution for Jake McCabe. He slots back in. Notable player coming out here tonight, Nick Robertson. He was skating as an extra this morning. I don't know how stuck to this plan they'll be ahead of the game and who will and won't be in here tonight come 7:30 puck drop. But as of right now, extra skating was Pontus Holmberg and Nick Robertson. So those are your extra forwards. Going down to the defense here, we're looking at Riley and Myers, OEL, Tanev, and then we got Benoit and Timmins as your D pair. So McCabe comes out. You get OEL slides up with Tanev. Benoit and Timmins play as your bottom pair. Benoit's been really good over the last couple of games. Timmins, hopefully, you can find his game. Marshall Rafai was skating as the extra. Riley and Myers, will be the top pairing here tonight. So there you go. That is what you're looking at for your Leafs lines. Joseph Woll will start tonight for this Leafs team. Expect him to be strong here tonight, gets a couple of days rest. Dennis Hildeby did take the last one. I think going with Joseph Woll is the right decision. Let's get to our best bet here tonight, and our best bet segment is brought to you by Bet365. Bet365 is a proud partner of the Leafs Nation pregame and the Leafs Nation After Dark. Open an account with Bet365 today and bet on a huge range of markets. Use code NATION, NATION. That's code NATION, all caps, NATION. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Okay, tonight's best bet. You guys are going to laugh at this one if you've been following along over the last little while. We are down 2.2 units here on the season. We've given out like 45 best bets on the year here now. Obviously, our record is below 500, but we're giving out plus money every single time. And a lot of times it's plus 200s and higher, etc., etc., etc. Well, tonight is another opportunity to go with big plus money here, or a decent size plus money. And I say you guys are going to laugh because if you guys have been watching, you've seen me probably give this guy out like 3 or 4 times over the last 7 games, of which he has not scored in any of the 7 games, and that would be William Nylander. We're going to go back to William Nylander on this one tonight. Look, I'm a huge William Nylander fan. I think that he is a guy who has found consistency in his game when in years past he's lacked it. I feel like it kind of started last season where we started to see him build this up and find a way to kind of inject it into every single game. And when he does have an off game, he doesn't allow it to be more than like 3, 4, whatever. This is the first time in a while that we've seen this from him. It's extended out to 7, and we've seen some of his play. It's not just point production, it's his play that's dropped off in this period of time here as well. No goals in the last 7, and his play has deteriorated a bit as well. I don't expect that to continue. And we're getting a number here tonight that is not representative of William Nylander when he is on his game. And I know I'm making a bet here of is William Nylander on his game or not. At plus 155, I'm willing to take the chance. And you're getting him a new line mate. You're getting a little bit new injection of life here into William Nylander, a little bit of a change with this group, with Bobby McMahon being there. I'm not saying he's better or worse or anything than Max Pacioretty. It's just different. It's something different than what we were seeing previously. So we're going to get a different look out of that line. And I think William Nylander is going to get a kick in the ass from Craig Berube. He kind of got a little bit of one in the last game there against the Flyers, missing a couple of shifts, getting some of his minutes cut a little bit because of some poor decisions he made. So we're going to go with William Nylander, anytime goal here tonight, plus 155. We're going a full unit on this one. $100 profits you 155 here tonight. So William Nylander, anytime goal, is tonight's best bet. I feel pretty good about this one. I think we've got something here on our hands. I think that this number has gone too far and is a little bit disrespectful to a guy who was putting up outrageous numbers to start this season. So that is your best bet. That is your game breakdown. If you did like this, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Leafs Nation 401, whether it is game previews, Leafs Morning Take, which just wrapped up here on the channel, or if it's Leafs Nation After Dark with myself and any guests that are coming through to help break down these games, you're not going to want to miss it, and it's all happening here on this channel, the Leafs Nation 401. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Give me your predictions. Who's winning tonight? What's the score going to be? Who's scoring? I want to know all of it. Are you tailing? Are you fading? William Nylander, anytime goal is my best bet at plus 155. That's all for me. I will see you guys all right here after tonight's game against the Flyers. Until then, keep believing. For more content just like this, including game previews, post-game live shows, Leafs Morning Take, Monday through Friday with Nick Alberga and Jay Rosehill with special guests, as well as instant reaction videos. Make sure to be subscribed here to the Leafs Nation YouTube channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss anything, and drop a like.